Hey, how's it going today, everybody? I'm here with Jennifer and our other group member, Cameron. Unfortunately, couldn't make it, but she helped out a lot with the presentation, so thank you for that. And we're going to be presenting our case study on Mr. Diego Hernandez for Social Work 2720, Case Management and Mental Health with Ashley Hansen. So thank you guys. Let's get into it.
So, chapter 7 is the chapter that was assigned to this module. It's effective intake interviewing skills. When we are interviewing clients, communication skills are really important. We want to be aware of the culture group that the client came from, as well as the age. Different ages will require different communication skills. We also want to be aware of any possible biases that we could have that could come off in a certain way. We don't want to project that at all. Um, and also, when we're interviewing clients, listening is very important. It's vital, and we're listening to verbal and not, and we're looking for nonverbal communication as well.
And to tie this all into the NASW case management standards, this week we were assigned to read about Standard 5 assessment. So with Diego, we had to make an assessment as we filled out the client intake form, in order to really establish what the pain points are in his life and how we can help him. And through assessing him and his situation, it allows us to get a micro to macro level view of all the issues he's dealing with and how long they've been going on, and if they're rooted in his culture, etc. And this allows us to create a treatment plan specifically for him that's going to benefit him and his family the most.
With Diego, what we know about him is he is 28 years old. He is of Mexican culture. He is married and currently has two small children. His religious affiliation is Roman Catholic, and he lives in downtown Salt Lake City. He works for a mid-sized software firm as a marketing director, and he's been in that position for 1 year. He obtained his master's degree in marketing from the University of Utah. And also, one thing I'd like to add is that him and his wife and his two children are currently living in a two-bedroom home.
And to briefly go through Diego's history of education and employment, his current education level, he has a master's degree from the University of Utah, as we previously mentioned, from the marketing program. He also has some student loans that he needs to pay off, so that could definitely add financial pressure to his life. He is currently employed as a marketing director for a mid-sized software firm. As Jennifer mentioned, he's been working there for a year. Prior to that, he was doing tech sales while taking his courses at the University of Utah. So he graduated about a year ago, and that was the most recent major change in his life.
Diego has some health and life events that we'd like to go over. Mentally, he is struggling with some anxiety. He is having a hard time sleeping. Insomnia has been pretty heavy for him. And he's experiencing some depression as well as alcohol use disorder. Physically, he is overweight. He does have markers for prediabetes, and he is alcoholic. Substance use, he binge drinks. He's been binge drinking for the past 3 years. And his life events, there's a few that had just happened. The one that is impacting him the most is his wife just gave him an ultimatum in their marriage to stop drinking and to take care of himself, or the marriage is over. He also did graduate with his master's degree before he started at the marketing firm a year ago.
So, as we know, there can be a lot of reasons why people would seek case management service. Here we've got the five P's. So, the presenting problem is an increase in stress. His student loan payments, living is not getting cheaper for anybody right now. His kids are getting older and his family's growing out of their current residence. His kids are currently sharing a bedroom. And as Jennifer mentioned, his wife just gave him an ultimatum about his drinking. For predisposing factors, Diego has a high ACE score, long history of being in a high pressure environment, going from working in sales and being in school to having a director position and being out of school and having a family through all that. He's been in a high stress environment for a long time. His precipitating factors would be his alcohol use disorder, his wife's ultimatum, and his current health issues with diabetes. His perpetuating factors are his drinking, his mental illness, and the issues in his marriage. And his protective factors are his strong ties with the Roman Catholic community and his extended family, who's all willing to offer him support in this tough time.
While we were interviewing Diego and going through his intake, we had him do some screeners, and we these are the scores that we came up with, or that he came up with. The DOS 21, he scored 33. The OK 45, it's a total of 120. And the Holmes Raw Life Stress Inventory scored at 254. So this means with that one that there's about a 50% chance that he has major stress related health conditions or issues in the next 2 years. All three of these scorings are considered high.
And now to get into our treatment plan for Diego, we started by outlining his strengths and his needs. Currently, his strengths are his career, his family, and his community through church. His needs, alcohol use disorder treatment, clearly, family counseling, and some sort of exercise program to cover his physical health as well. So our goals and objectives are going to reflect this. Our first goal is long-term sobriety for Diego. We're going to approach this by getting Diego into AA and then requiring him to attend 3 meetings a week, work the steps with a sponsor and call them every day, and eventually achieve 6 months of sobriety before reassessing the efficacy of AA as an intervention. Our next goal would be to repair his relationship with his wife or help Diego do that himself. Objective one is to find a couples counselor. We found one in the Salt Lake Valley that accepts Diego's insurance. He has Cigna through his employer. And then objective two for that would just be find a weekly time that he can start meeting with the couples counselor that works for both him and his wife's schedule. And our final goal is to improve physical health. And we would do this by getting Diego a gym membership and requiring him to work out 3 times a week.
The intervention strategies go along with those objectives from the previous screen. We have the AA Central Office of Salt Lake listed with weekly meetings and refer him to work 12 steps. The counseling center that we found that accepts his insurance is Riley Marriage Counseling. This is close to where he lives. Him and his wife can attend couples therapy and work on building skills and have tools that they can strengthen their marriage and fix their marriage and strengthen it as well. And as far as physical health and fitness, there is a fitness center called Fit to Recover where they focus on recovery, but also with fitness and building community and bonds there. There are weekly fitness classes, and he can obtain a membership after the first initial class.
And to move on to the evaluation and progress monitoring step of the process, we will have Diego get an attendance slip signed by the meeting makers at the AA meeting, and then additionally check in on his attendance with FTR and the couples counseling. Um, our check-ins will mostly focus on ensuring that the client is attending all of his appointments and also just following up with them separately to see if the providers have anything for us to know about, and just checking in on Diego, seeing if any new needs have arisen for him. In terms of timeline, these check-ins will occur every Thursday at 5:30 p.m. We'll meet with the full treatment team and Diego, and then meet separately without Diego afterwards to discuss, any adjustments we may need to make to his timeline or his plan, and any evaluations we may need to do.
We have listed the resources and the articles that we used in order to create his treatment plan. The first is an article that talks about exercise as a treatment for alcohol use disorder. Great information in there. The next one is it's an article about how beneficial Alcoholics Anonymous is. Um, in that article, they talk more about it's something that's on a spiritual level that helps them. And then the last one is the standards for social work case management, where we got information and about assessment. Uh, that's the standard that we wanted to highlight in this video.
Perfect. Well, thank you guys for listening, and I hope you learned something.